It's time to reopen the Disney Vault. Hi, I'm Emily and welcome to MsMojo. Today, we're counting down our picks for the top 10 animated Disney movies.
Look for the bare necessities, the simple bare necessities. Forget about your worries and your strife.
For this list, we're reevaluating WatchMojo's original countdown, which was published back in 2012. Now, we're excluding Pixar as well as any other animated properties Disney has since acquired. Let's get to it! Number 10. Frozen. Although Disney Animation had produced a couple of recent hits, nothing could have prepared the studio for the box office behemoth that Frozen would be.
Let it go, when I rise like the break of dawn.
While not the first film to bring the Disney fairy tale formula into the 21st century, Frozen found the perfect balance of timeless themes and contemporary values. Most notably, it explored how the bonds of sisterhood can be as strong, if not stronger, than a romantic relationship.
You sacrificed yourself for me? I love you.
An act of true love will thaw a frozen heart.
The true love story here is between two siblings who would move entire icebergs for one another. This beautiful message is conveyed through a witty screenplay and hammered home via a bewitching soundtrack.
We used to be best buddies, and now we're not. I wish you would tell me why. Do you want to build a snowman?
Not only the highest grossing animated film of its time, Frozen was the first non-Pixar Disney film to win the Best Animated Feature Oscar. Number 9. Alice in Wonderland. Alice in Wonderland was a financial disappointment upon release, with animator Ward Kimball saying, quote, "It suffered from too many cooks, directors." In retrospect, however, Alice in Wonderland is arguably one of the few films that actually benefited from having too many cooks at the tea party.
Mustard? Mustard, yes, but mustard? Don't let's be silly. Lemon, that's different. That's bad.
The film is a bubbling cauldron of creativity that's always on the verge of popping its lid. Disney's version of Wonderland is equal parts inviting and threatening, the audience always guessing what surreal sight they'll stumble upon next.
Why, you're a cat.
A Cheshire cat. Oh, la mimsy. Oh, the border go.
The final product may be unhinged and even unfocused, but that only serves to capture the spirit of Lewis Carroll's original creation. What keeps the film grounded, however, is its charming, level-headed protagonist, who we'd gladly follow down any rabbit hole.
And curiosity often leads to trouble. Goodbye, Dinah.
Number 8. Moana. Picking up where Frozen left off, Moana continued to progress the Disney Princess brand by removing any romantic angle and creating an original heroine who audiences everywhere could look up to.
If the wind in my sail on the sea stays behind me, one day I'll know. If I go, there's just no telling how far I'll go.
The film is essentially a road trip movie without the road, as the titular Moana sets out with demigod Maui on the high seas.
If you wear a dress and you have an animal sidekick, you're a princess. You are not a wayfinder. You will never be a wayfinder. You will never be a
The ocean is among the most expressive silent characters Disney has ever brought to life, beaming with personality through the simplest of gestures. The same can be said about the tattoos that inhabit Maui's skin, a masterpiece of hand-drawn animation supervised by the great Eric Goldberg. While Moana is a visual marvel, it's the mesmerizing music, rich culture, and empowering story about finding your way that keeps us coming back. Number 7. Pinocchio.
Oh, look! My nose! What's happened?
Perhaps you haven't been telling the truth, Pinocchio.
Perhaps.
Oh, but I have.
Fresh off the success of his first animated feature, Walt Disney easily could have given the public more princesses and dwarfs. Instead, Disney decided to challenge his animators, his storytellers, and himself by venturing into new territory.
You're funny. Do it again.
You do talk.
Yes,
From a technical standpoint, Pinocchio was a huge step forward in terms of character animation and attention to detail. What really set the film apart, though, was its darker tone, taking children to the places where nightmares are born. Even at its most menacing, Pinocchio always brought its audience back into the light with cheerful heroes and uplifting songs. The Oscar-winning When You Wish Upon a Star in particular would evolve into an anthem for the entire Walt Disney Company, igniting a beacon of optimism that'll never go out.
When you wish upon a star, your dreams come true.
Number 6. The Little Mermaid.
Wow, this is special. This is very, very unusual.
What? What is it?
It's a dingle hopper.
Following the death of Walt Disney, the animation studio sailed through some increasingly rough waters and on more than one occasion got lost at sea. The company finally found its voice again, however, with The Little Mermaid. Often cited as the film that awakened Sleeping Beauty, this loose adaptation of the Hans Christian Andersen fairy tale raised the bar for every Disney film that followed.
Watch and you'll see. Someday I'll be part of your world.
Directors Ron Clements and John Musker ushered in the Disney Renaissance with dazzling animation, a gripping story, and a much more well-defined princess. Of course, the film would not have been the same without Alan Menken and Howard Ashman, who demonstrated that animation had the power to evolve the musical genre in ways that not even Broadway could. Number 5. The Emperor's New Groove. Originally, this film was intended to be an epic Disney musical entitled Kingdom of the Sun. As the project changed various hands, though, it eventually became a buddy comedy about a peasant and an emperor turned llama.
Left! Right! Now, what? Genius!
While the troubled production seemed to spell disaster, The Emperor's New Groove emerged as one of Disney's funniest gems. This is perhaps the closest Disney has ever come to making a feature-length Looney Tune, giving the animators a chance to stretch their comedic muscles like never before. The fast-paced slapstick, clever fourth wall breaks, and hilarious voiceover work offered a refreshing change of pace.
Oh, he's doing his own theme music?
While not a huge hit upon release, you can definitely see how the film helped shape the more self-aware humor modern Disney fare has become known for.
How did you get back here before us?
How did we, Kronk?
Well, you got me. By all accounts, it doesn't make sense.
Number 4. Aladdin. Before The Emperor's New Groove broke the fourth wall, Robin Williams straight up demolished it in Aladdin. Williams' unparalleled improvisation talents and Eric Goldberg's character animation made the genie a certified scene stealer, marking a significant turning point for voice acting.
You ain't never had a friend like me. Oh my. No.
While the genie may have been the glue that held the picture together, Williams didn't carry Aladdin alone. In the midst of all the pop culture references, the film took time to develop an endearing love story between Aladdin and Jasmine, as well as a sincere friendship between Aladdin and Genie.
Genie, I'm gonna miss you.
Me too, Al. No matter what anybody says, you'll always be a prince to me.
Every action sequence and musical number springs to life with vibrant colors and energetic animation. By the time the credits roll, it's the audience who feels like they've just been on a magic carpet ride.
Made you look.
Number 3. Cinderella. Although princesses are synonymous with the Disney brand, Walt Disney himself only produced 3 animated princess pictures. Snow White laid the groundwork for the princess formula, and Sleeping Beauty took the fairy tale genre to epic new heights. Yet Disney singled out Cinderella as his favorite princess. Why? Perhaps it's because Disney saw much of himself in Cinderella.
A dream is a wish your heart heart makes when you're fast asleep.
Following a few box office disappointments and package films, Disney was determined to reinvigorate feature animation, even if it would be a costly gamble. Walt was betting on a dream, but his passion paid off with the studio's most profitable and delightful film in years.
But you see, I have the other slipper.
Just as Cinderella's dress transformed with a flick of her fairy godmother's wand, Disney had reclaimed its status as an animation giant. Number 2. Beauty and the Beast. Has there ever been a Disney fairy tale as emotional, enthralling, or enchanting as Beauty and the Beast?
Here's where she meets Prince Charming, but she won't discover that it's him till chapter 3.
This tale as old as time encompassed everything audiences had come to love about Disney, while also breaking new grounds. Whereas most animated films at the time stuck to straightforward good versus evil narratives, Beauty and the Beast told a surprisingly fleshed-out story about how appearances can be deceiving. Not only was the film immediately hailed as a tour de force of animation, but also a comeback for the movie musical.
Tonight you'll prop your feet up, but for now let's eat up. Be our guest, be our guest, be our guest, please be
Alan Menken's score is intertwined with the story's DNA, and to paraphrase the film's bittersweet dedication, the late lyricist Howard Ashman gave the Beast his soul. Its success accumulated to 6 Oscar nominations, including Best Picture.
Tale as old as time, song as old as rhyme, Beauty and the Beast.
The fact that an animated movie was considered for Best Picture just goes to show that because something's a cartoon doesn't mean it's not an impressive feat of filmmaking. Now here are some other iconic and important Disney movies before we find out which one is king.
And at last I see the light, and it's like the fog is lifted. And at last I see the light,
And it's like the sky is blue.
A life without Meg, even an immortal life, would be empty. I wish to stay on Earth with her. I finally know where I belong.
Officer Judy Hobbs, CPD, how are you?
I am doing just
fine
as well as I can be.
Look! The water is stiff.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. The Lion King. With the Disney Renaissance in full swing, people weren't sure how the animation studio could top itself.
A king's time as ruler rises and falls like the sun. One day, Simba, the sun will set on my time here.
Ironically, the film that set a new standard was also one that Disney didn't have much faith in. With everyone convinced that Pocahontas would be Disney's next home run, only a select few wanted to work on The Lion King. Little did they know that this Little Lion movie would roar to the top of the box office, becoming the highest-grossing animated feature of its time.
I'm gonna be the main event, like no king was before. I'm brushing up, I'm looking down, I'm working on my roar.
The Lion King combined elements of Hamlet, the Bible, and other epic stories to create a modern fable that's become the stuff of legend. With powerful music, a mature story, and gorgeous animation, the movie is an experience that simply cannot be duplicated. fact, an alternate title for this video is Making Emily Cry at Work, a how-to. I have no shame in loving these movies as much as I do. Duh. Anyway, which Disney movie is your favorite? Let me know on Twitter at Emily A. Brayton and check out this other great video.